Welcome, ladies and gents, to the Nerd Paradise Podcast with your hosts, the spastastic one, Marky B.
Your concerned citizen, Harvey.
And your spawn of hell, Matthew, who was experiencing technical difficulties.
Our new name for Matthew, should spawn of hell not suffice, is the human error. Moving right along.
Yes.
Right? Right.
Oh, look! If the listeners haven't,
I'll end you.
let me show. He's giving cut-eye to Harvey right now.
Daggers all up in my face.
So yeah, we did. Sorry for not having one a couple weeks ago.
Well, just last week, but for viewers that have looked at the channel, as of Tuesday, we are currently up to date with our episodes. Everything is up. Everything is on YouTube on our channel, Nerd Paradise Podcast. We may need to add either annotations or just little bits and pieces to the description or the title for the spoiler episodes, but we're good to go. I hope everyone that's listening is enjoying.
We also have a bit of new No? Okay.
We leave the surprise for the end, Mark.
Well, not that. I wasn't going to talk about that.
Although I should say that we are also currently working on getting our blog up to date and having some actual content on there. So don't worry, it is coming. We haven't quite ironed that out yet.
I shall update that
also,
soon.
A bit of more little tidbits of social media-ness. We're going to get that soon. Well, I believe we're working on that still, right? Yeah.
We have our Twitter up.
Yeah, we have our Twitter account up. Yeah.
So check that out. So,
be sure to follow. We will get a face group page going soon.
Yeah, where you can post up your questions, your concerns.
And for those of you that are still on MySpace, no, we're not doing anything on there.
Yeah, no MySpace. We have it has gone the way of the dodo.
Yeah. And don't expect a Tumblr. Also, we don't have the patience to update that constantly.
No, I personally in the future do plan on having an unaffiliated Tumblr at some point with a specific idea.
We'll link to it.
I'm not going to release that much information until I have more actual material.
Look at you plugging your own self. What the hell?
Hey, I'm just giving some prospects for the future of people to look out for from their concerned citizen.
So, right. Yes.
Onto the news then.
Yeah, back to our regular scheduled program.
Yes, back to the dumb.
So, who wants to start first? While I open mine up.
Well, you know what? Since it has to be said, it will be said. As of earlier this week, BioWare has announced that they are planning to release the Mass Effect 3 Extended Cut, which will have an extended ending and supposedly fill in plot holes. Now I repeat, extended ending and fill in plot holes. Not a new ending, mind you. Not new, just extended.
Just a bad
meaning that we're going to get the same piece of shit that we got as last time, just longer.
So what's the skinny on all this? Is it going to be actual DLC of just this ending? Is it a re-release of the game itself? Do we have a price range? Do we know if
it
it's
is a free DLC of just the ending that's going to be extended an additional 10 to 20 minutes.
Okay.
So just more dialogue options, most likely. No gameplay whatsoever.
Okay.
It has been announced for this. It's free, but as I shall now call it from this point, this is the BioWare buttfuck. Okay? Oh. They know their fans don't like this ending. So what is their solution? Give us more of it.
A bandage, if you will.
Mm-hmm. No. A bandage can still hold stuff together. I don't care what plot holes they try and fill in. Nothing's going to help that, okay? Nothing's going to explain how characters got to where they were during the ending, how things are going on during the ending, what Shepard's going through. No, okay? There's no way you can explain how Shepard's team runs away from the climactic Battle of Earth. There is no valid explanation of that. There is no possible way to explain how Tim got onto the freaking Citadel. Tim being the elusive man from the games.
Not to mention there's no possibility of someone staying back while he is talking to this godchild, whether or not the other people and characters can see them, and say, Shepard, what the fuck are you doing? And talk some sense into this man who's taking a complete character dive from his usual...
Yeah, and if you take the middle option, you are going to actually dive into that damn green light.
So much for...
Yeah, so much for maybe BioWare either saying they screwed up, and for admitting that, or just simply maybe grabbing the cast of the game back and recording a whole new ending that gives credit to the fans' theory of indoctrination. Because at this point, it looks like this ending is going to completely discredit that, and that's going to upset even more people that try to cling on to that theory. Yeah. We didn't go into that theory, and I'm not going to, because now it's even in a more gray area.
Yeah. What it says to me is that BioWare is taking the response, and instead of offering a different solution and saying, okay, you didn't like this, here's something that might suit you better, they are including more to flesh out their ending, which is, to me, just them justifying and defending how they went towards this whole ending without saying, okay, maybe you're right, it could be a bit better. They're saying, no, this is awesome, and we didn't quite tell you how that is, we're going to show you now.
Yeah.
But either you could have done that in the first place and given a little bit of a more credible piece of crap, or you could have done something better in the first place, or you could release something that would fix it and make people a little happier.
Yes, and then just to close off on this new subject, there's also the little thing about, I don't know, the godchild not going to get explained anyways. No information about that's even being released. So again, mysterious entity is the thing that saves the galaxy.
Deus Ex Machina, anyone?
Yeah, and and of course, then there's the stranded fleet. Anyways, I'm done.
He's gonna get an aneurysm if he keeps going.
I'm done. BioWare, EA, especially EA, who was recently voted worst company in America.
Oh, by the way, one of their guys left. I heard about this.
Yeah, but yeah, recently EA.
So they're going to die soon.
Yeah, EA recently got voted worst company in America. Mm-hmm. Well, I realize that's probably just from fan backlash from Mass Effect. Honestly, EA has had bad business practices, but
I will say that it can't only be from the whole Mass Effect 3 issue. I'm sure that certainly pushed it over the edge, but there are a lot of issues.
Yeah,
with
but
EA.
As I was going to say, I agree they're a bad company and that they have a lot of issues, especially with DLC, that they really screw up a lot. I am surprised they beat out things like Bank of America and other really bad companies like Walmart and such. Mm-hmm. But whatever. People voted. People went with what they believed was the worst. EA won. EA has to live with that as the worst company of 2011.
Mm-hmm. It's not only what they handle with the games. I've personally had issues trying to deal with EA customer service.
Yeah,
you really have to go into their system and snake around the very few options that they give you to actually talk to somebody. You don't get the option to talk to someone who knows about the issue. You have to go in there, and if it's not related to a specific
EA customer
game,
services, I think one of the few customer services that doesn't give the option of press 0 to talk to a person.
It's not automated?
Yeah. It's just all automated, yeah.
I talked to my brother, and in terms of game support and looking things up, for a little background, the MMO Rift, my brother used to work as in-game support for the players. So he would know this whole spiel about you go through the different list of troubleshooting options, you ask people what they've tried, and then you look for something for them to do, and you actually read their problem. My brother was playing another game, and he was talking to a tech because he had this problem in the game, and the person was feeding him the same issues over and over, copying and pasting things without looking at his problem. Because my brother outlined, these are the things that I did, this didn't work, this still isn't working, what shall I do? And so the guy was going through and just not paying any attention until my brother completely chewed him out and said, look, I do this job, I know what's supposed to happen, you're just copying and pasting this shit, you're not even reading what my issue is, this is bullcrap, I can't believe you're so bad at this job. And so he eventually got the help he was looking for, but it took forever and a lot of frustrating customer service. So that is one example of just the...
Yeah. But we're not here just to harp on EA. There is other news, even much better news out there this week. So
we have fun with it, but we're gonna not give them too much airtime. Yeah.
Mark, your turn.
So, remember back in a few casts ago, we talked about the Pokemon Black and White 2?
Woo!
Well. Guess what? Guess what? They will be. Guess what the new idea is with the whole. Well, it's not an idea. It's going to come out. It's the fact.
June 23rd for the Japanese release. Expect English to release sometime in the fall.
Yes.
Now, before we go into that, speaking of release dates, for everyone excited about Pokemon Plus Nobunaga, it is finally confirmed for an English release as Pokemon Conquest. And
not surprised they changed the name!
Only for North America. Australia is getting it as Pokemon Nobunaga still. Only North America is getting it as Pokemon Conquest, but that's out in June here.
It sounds like a Newgrounds adult game.
Oh!
Moving right along, the game shall be out in June. I don't believe they have an official release date yet. I expect that to come up soon, but at least it's coming out here. I'm sure that there's a different title, but when it comes to doing the English version of the Pokemon games, they usually don't change much anyways.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's just because not too many people know the history of Nobunaga himself.
Yeah. So, back to my Pokemon Black and White 2. So, it will... The news this time around is that it will be set... The game setting will be set in 2 years after the first game.
Which makes me wonder, why call it a sequel if, one, you're set 2 years later, and two, as I'm now interrupting Mark for saying this...
Yeah, you do a lot.
Yeah. There's going to be new protagonists, but Mark can continue on that.
Yes. So, new protagonists, guy and a girl again. This time, no Sharon, no Belle, no Pokemon Jesus, as I call him.
Hallelujah! The name of Getis and Team Plasma.
Now, I don't know what the main baddie is going to be this time around, but they haven't said that yet, but we'll get confirmation eventually. Also, there will be new gym leaders.
Yeah, apparently you're in a different part of Unova at this point.
Yes, I believe it's in the south region.
So somehow either in the old game you were restricted to staying to the north and you weren't allowed to venture south because, oh my god, there's new people there. Or in the span of 2 years they have created an entire part of the region. Established everything, built everything up, have all of this community going on.
Or North America, South America.
That's a possibility. Now, mind you, what if that is the case, I get the feeling that this southern part of Unova will be more islands.
Yes.
Because I get the feeling that they'll finally do something with involving dive, because why have it as an HM in the first place where you can only use it in one spot in the entire game?
Yes, and being that Pokemon is based out of Japan, and then looking at the third generation games, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, they love putting water in the Pokemon games, and they do whenever they can and whenever they can justify it. So I'm sure they're going to go to town with it in Black and White too, as they couldn't. Because a lot of people were speculating that the sequel games would take place back over in Hoenn, which is not the case, but
it might
channel that a little bit.
Now, in addition to all those things, you're not going to have also the fifth generation only. Now you're going to have 300 in the Pokédex. So the regional. Regional. So that means, I'm guessing within the storyline, the other Pokemon from the other regions have now migrated into the Unova region.
Question: if this is a sequel and it's supposed to be in canon with, at the very least, the first Black and White game, does that mean that no matter what, Zekrom and Reshiram will not be available to be caught?
I'm guessing that's...
Because if it's in canon, it means that one of them is with N, and the other one is with the protagonist of the original game.
Yeah, unless they somehow have released them for some sort of reason. That's the only explanation.
It would have to be pretty much a Deus Ex Machina reason, because N essentially claimed that dragon for his own and left the region itself. So.
Mm-hmm. It said that he went off to another region to spread the word of love Pokemon.
Oh jeez.
He just went off to a different region, and honestly,
again, Pokemon Jesus.
Yeah, honestly, I was hoping that other region was Hoenn, and that's what could have introduced the third gen games as remakes.
N's mantra could be train thy neighbor.
Oh God, we're going to hell.
So, not that we already have.
Alright, but yeah, so that's that news.
Now,
moving away from Pokemon, because right now most of this is speculation, so we don't want to start spewing too much.
That's just from a magazine.
Yeah, but it's still speculation from the magazine.
Yeah. Theory mongering should only go so far before some people start taking your ideas.
Yeah, because while it is, I'm guessing from Korokoro.
Yes, Korokoro. Usually it is.
Korokoro, while a good source, has at times exaggerated details about games.
Yes,
so we shall leave it at that. More news now, Mark?
Yes. Now for this next bit of news, some of you Bleach fan people are gonna
cream your pants.
Yeah, you're gonna blow your load because, well, depends on whether you'll like this or not. Apparently, and this is only rumor and conjecture, the Wrath of Titans screenwriter Dan Mazu, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right.
Mazo.
Okay, Mazo.
Yeah, there's U's in there, but you don't pronounce that, apparently.
Has been in talks with Tite Kubo and also wanting to do, as one of his projects, a live action of Bleach. I have a bit of his what he says here.
Injection right here. If he does a live action of Bleach, I demand he cast John Young Bosch, the voice actor of Ichigo, as Ichigo.
Now,
being that you guys are longtime Bleach fans, I want to just jump in and offer...
Kind of deteriorating Bleach fan.
Okay, early Bleach fans. You stuck with it for a long time. What I want to ask... Now, Ichigo's a Soul Reaper.
Yes.
But Ichigo's also a ginger.
Oh God, Harvey!
What do we make of this?
Go to your corner!
This is my place. I have all the corners. For the sake of the joke, I do also apologize to any people who identify as ginger out there. I have nothing against you. It's just very relevant.
Technically, he's a strawberry blonde.
Yes.
If you're going by his name. And secondly, he doesn't have freckles.
This is true. This is very true.
Can I go on?
Yes. Before we're all crucified.
So, here's what he says.
Don't sue.
Early on, we sat down with Tite Kubo, the creator and publisher of the series. We had a long meeting, making sure we are respectful of the property. Matt, you can call bullshit right now.
Well, you will see. He's not Michael Bay.
Yeah.
Okay, this isn't Michael Bay's Bleach.
Well, this is what kind of saves me for him a bit. Here's his next part. Nobody wants to, well, let's just say, if you enjoyed the live-action Dragon Ball movie, that's great. But I thought it was a noble effort that ultimately didn't succeed.
At least he understands crap is crap.
That's what we're trying to avoid. We make sure the movie lives up to the manga. I am currently working on Bleach, and the idea is to set it in Japan and be really respectful to its source material. What do you guys think about that?
To be honest, while I personally don't like the Clash of the Titan movies...
Wrath of the Titan.
But he did both.
Oh,
Okay, the remake of Clash, and he did Wrath of the Titans. He does have good directing skills. Like, he knows what to do with a camera. He knows what to do with a good script. He's not bad at all at his job. That is fairly obvious.
Sorry about that.
That better not have been important, Mark.
No.
But yeah, he's good at his job. But at the same time, is he doing this for the money, or is he doing this because he's a fan? If he's a fan, then we got hope. If he's doing this for the money, then we'll see.
Mm-hmm. I don't think anyone can say
Dragon
Ball Evolution was done for the fans.
Well, yeah, no, but but the fact that he agrees that it's bad and he recognizes that gives him at least a few points in my book.
Exactly.
That gives me some hope.
Yeah.
Now, but he said a bit some stuff when I heard the interview. He actually what he's thinking is he's going to make it into a Sixth Sense kind of thing, which kind of confuses me in a way.
Well, not really. Like he can play at that part if he does at least some focusing on Ichigo's childhood for a bit, where he's a kid and doesn't really understand why he's seeing the spirits, and then goes into his teenage years where he starts fighting them.
Okay, you have a point there. Now,
especially if he begins the movie with a really dark note and showing the murder of Ichigo's mom.
Okay.
That would be a ballsy move, but I'd like to actually see that.
I think it would make great film.
It would be great to see on film.
Mm-hmm. Now, as much as I bash Bleach, I'm looking forward to it somewhat. For the fact that
early Bleach was fun, though. If this is more or less like the origin kind of story of Bleach, that's fun. Yeah. That is constantly watchable. It's later Bleach that sucks, okay? Yes. So if he starts doing Bleach sequels to go into each arc, he should know that he should probably stop where the manga should have stopped.
Yeah, I agree. I agree as well.
Going on to other movie news.
Go on.
Rurouni Kenshin, or if you prefer, Samurai X.
Love it.
Old anime series, old manga series, early 90-ish kind of time, I believe, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Has been made into a live-action movie in Japan, produced by Warner Brothers.
Awesome.
That's interesting.
The trailer's up on YouTube.
I've seen the trailer.
And it actually looks good.
I did not know about the whole Warner Brothers thing.
Yeah. It's right at the beginning of the trailer, like...
It's not noticeable, is it?
It's not too noticeable, because they're only just throwing money at it. They leave everything else up to the Japanese crew, the Japanese cast, everything. They just put the startup money to it.
Okay, which is what you should do if you're going to do a movie in Japan and cater to Japanese.
Which is yet a good move, and from everything I've seen, it looks good. Like, from the few scenes that you see of Kenshin in it, he has the same kind of mannerisms as the anime character. Like, when he is confused or something, he says Oro, and he has this goofy expression on his face, but he's still a competent fighter.
Well, you're thinking about Japan, though, because they're the first fans of it.
Yeah.
So they know what the mannerisms are like more than, let's say, a Westerner.
Yeah, but like I said, it looks good. It looks like it's a fun watch. It's out in Japan in August and will be brought over here. Probably not as a wide release, but it will be in theaters for a little while, I would hope. Subtitled, because they're not going to do old-time martial art flick thing where they just input English and get away with the lip flaps.
Thank God. Although, one thing I would love to see after it's out, a fan-made version of just horrible lip dub over time.
Yeah.
That could be fun.
It could be, but yeah, so trailer looks good. Check it out. There's a dub trailer out right now, fan dubbed, but still dubbed. It looks like it's faithful to the beginning of the manga. I'm not sure how far into the story it goes,
but we'll see.
We'll see. Here's hoping.
Yeah.
If this one does well, it might be the thing that we need to have as forgiveness for Dragon Ball Evolution.
A lot of things are gonna have to live up to trying to beat that.
Yeah, like how about give $1 million to everybody that ever had to sit through that movie?
And a bottle of whiskey.
I'll just take the money and then walk away.
So, continue on with the movie news. My next one is going to be on the rumored Iron Man 3 movie. And
not rumored, it's confirmed.
Yeah, it's confirmed.
Just that they haven't started shooting yet.
Yes, but one of the confirmed people will be, for the villain role, it will be Ben Kingsley. Now,
interesting.
Ben Kingsley?
Yes, Ben Kingsley. That is one of the rumored roles.
As who?
That's the whole rumor about it. because people are saying either it could be the Mandarin, which I don't know might work or might not. It depends on how
that would work actually very well for Ben Kingsley. He's got the face and the thing to play a foreigner without being a foreigner.
Take a look at Gandhi.
Yeah. So he's got it. He can do it. If that's any role for him as a villain, that would be probably the one they're going with. Because so far with the Iron Man movies, they have been going with his more classic villains, not the ones that pop into mind right away.
Yes. Or, from what the rumors have been saying about what the plot will be, basically the plot will be about a scientist who creates nanobots that he uses to enhance himself, and Iron Man it needs to stop this man because of various reasons about the nanobots,
which go rogue and evil.
Now, what they're saying is it's going to be a completely different villain named Malin, who I believe is not part of any of the comics, but we'll see.
We'll see. That storyline could work for the Mandarin himself, also, though.
Yes.
The guy's
not as a mystic, but more of the scientist.
Yeah, which the nanobots give him his more mystic, make it more mystic steaming with his powers.
Yes.
Because so far it seems like when it comes to the magic and mystic stuff in the current Marvel movies, they're sticking more or less to it being all Norse related, and even then they make the Norse stuff seem like it's a bit technological.
Yeah. But other than that, I think that's it.
That seems to be good. Now, as a small little segment before we finish up, Harvey?
Welcome to Get to Know Your Hosts, in which we will offer small tidbits about ourselves just to get a better idea of who we are, both things that you might know from talking to us day-to-day life, or other things that you may not know to look at us,
or somewhat
in this
from the
case,
first,
listen to us.
Or from the previous podcasts.
Yes.
Harvey, you may begin.
All right.
Since this is your brainchild.
Well,
or
this is your baby.
I will start off by I've talked
Get
about
in my belly.
I've talked about how I get into various different media of art.
Addict.
I'm not talking about the card games right now. That's a part of the personality and everything and my tendencies. But I try a lot of different kinds of art. I don't go very far into them, most things, but I love to do stuff with my hands. That's why I'm currently.
That's what she said.
That's why I'm looking into a culinary field. One thing that people might not know about me is I have a completely irrational and unjustified dislike, if not even hate, of costumed mascots. I can't really explain this phenomenon.
Now, define costume mascots properly, because
because
you
what
draw a fine line between costume mascots and cosplayers.
Yes, that is something different.
Or booth babes or something like that.
What I'm talking about are the costume people that you will see at sports games or in different theme parks.
Or children's birthday parties.
Chuck E. Cheese and such.
Chuck E. Cheese.
For some reason, I didn't dislike the people in the mascot costumes at Chuck E. Cheese. What I hated were the animatronic ones on stage, especially that fucking pizza chef.
That's why I stuck at Woody Woodchucks. For those who don't know, is the Asian form.
Oh no, the Woody Woodchuck was an asshole. He applies. I get this. I can't explain why, and I feel like a total asshole for it. But I see these people and I just get filled with rage, and I think, what is this fucktard doing? And I want to hit them, and this makes me a terrible person. There's no good reason for this, but I feel it nonetheless, and I just thought I'd like to share that.
And this is Harvey siphoning off my.
It's a good thing we've never went to Disneyland with you.
Oh my god!
Would you really hit Mickey?
No, he'd kick Goofy in the nuts.
Okay, I gotta give props to Goofy.
Okay,
Goofy's cool. Because that's part of him.
Speaking of Goofy, just a quick side note. Why is it he gets to be the one that walks and talks around and Pluto gets to be the pet?
Because you don't know what Goofy really is.
Goofy's a dog.
No, people just don't classify Goofy as Goofy. They just call him a Goofy. Like, a goof.
I don't care.
There's some kind of weird
watch
dog.
it with that word.
He's some kind of dog bear half or hybrid from what I can tell.
Just a quick little warning to all people listening.
Who are from Canada.
No, even in the States.
No, the States don't even know what the hell we're talking about.
No, bikers in the States know. Bikers in the States know. Trust me. Do not ever, in front of bikers, use the word goof. They'll accept goofy. They'll accept goofball. But if you use the word goof, you're going to get raped.
Well, not really raped. You're gonna get...
No, not really raped, okay? I didn't say literally, okay? You're just going to get raped.
You will get probably jumped and beaten pretty harsh.
Or disfigured.
Alright, anyways,
stay away from making
Harvey,
rape
maybe?
jokes.
That's Harvey's little tidbit. I believe it's Mark's turn.
Wow, you guys kind of jumped the gun on me here. I don't... Well...
Come on.
Tell us about yourself, Mark.
You got tidbits.
Well, like Harvey, I was in the culinary field. I'm starting now to get... right now I work at an auction, which is not... It's pretty cool. I do some of the auctioneering stuff, the whole fast talking thing, but kind of failing at that for a bit.
Mark is not the first person you would think of when you hear auctioneer, but he's getting there.
The example I would like to use is Cleveland Brown from Family Guy, where they use the joke of how he used to be an auctioneer and then got hit in the head. That's Mark.
Well, I'm starting to get the speed up there. But also, I'm looking and going back to school for the nutrition field. Basically, it was what tied me in with the whole culinary thing. So, going on from there.
Random tidbit, Mark.
Yeah, random tidbit.
Yeah, like Harvey's anger and mascots. What do you got?
Random anger at mascots?
Something like that, yeah.
What would be... I don't know. I don't really self-assess myself like that.
Well, what's something that you do or some way that you think that doesn't normally occur and doesn't show so much on the outside?
And something you may not have let people know normally. Keep it legal.
What does that mean?
Like, this isn't the forum where you're going to announce yourself as into some kind of weird illegal fetish.
We know you're not the Woody Woodchuck Strangler. So let's get... What's something that people would only know about you if they got to know you pretty well for a while?
Other than the whole I'm a wrestling fanatic thing?
Yeah, but beyond that, because we're pretty clear on that.
Yeah, we've mentioned that on here also. Come on. Something
here
shocking.
While you think of that, let's have Matt give his piece.
Let Matt go, because I can't...
Alright, while we let Mark go, I'm going to start, and I'm going to go with a disclaimer. I am not rich. I am not charming. I am not Bruce Wayne. I am not Batman. But bad shit happens to me. Alright, the example I'm going to use is something that happened last Halloween to me. I'm leaving a party after that I was out with my girlfriend. They go off to the west end of the city. She gets a ride, luckily. The subway's not running at that time anyway, so good for them. So I'm walking along the street. I'm not going to name the street. And I'm walking, and suddenly a guy comes up behind me, grabs my shoulder, twirls me around, and hits me in the stomach. I'm winded at that point, but I know in my head, adrenaline's starting to rush, that this guy wants something, he's attacking me for it. So my brain starts going. I've got a flashlight in my pocket, a hell of a powerful one, because essentially it was a halogen kind of flashlight, so...
Okay. You skipped over an important detail.
Which part?
What were you wearing that night?
I'll get to it when I take out the flashlight.
Okay.
So I take out the flashlight and flash him quickly in the face with it. He gets blind a little.
Blinded by the light.
I figured out one, but go ahead.
And at that moment, he sees what I'm wearing. Now, if anyone has seen the Batman story where Bruce Wayne gets sent back in time by, I think it's Darkseid, and has to work his way to the future through time travel by getting various pieces of the Bat costume and such together and getting back to his present time. At one point, near the end of the comics run, he goes to what is essentially a noir 1930s kind of looking Gotham City, where he has to solve a crime. It's implied that the crime is the murder of some people in a situation similar to his parents, might even be his parents, because they never state what year he's in. It's just that it feels like it's the 30s again. Mm-hmm. So he's solving the murder, but what he's wearing is a long trench coat, a fedora kind of hat, dark pants, and a vest with the bat symbol on it. That was my Halloween costume. So once that guy got a good look at me, the first thing he saw was the bat symbol on me. And he's blinded at that point. I hit him. How did I hit him again? Did I?
Yeah, the most effective way possible.
Oh, yes. I kicked him right in the nuts. Yeah, I just nailed him and just ran. I wasn't going to stay there. I didn't want to find out. I think the guy had a knife on him. I don't remember carefully. Adrenaline running and all that. Not too clear. But I got away. I eventually got into my streetcar. And I got home without losing anything and leaving the guy in pain and confused, thinking he got kicked in the nuts by Batman.
Yep. Sadly, because this is a high adrenaline situation, Matt did not think or have any priority to turn around and have a snappy, dark quip.
Yeah, so you can't have them all. Other such kind of things happen to me, but some of them I'm legally not allowed to talk about, and other things I'd rather just not mention.
These are all true, by the way.
Unfortunately.
I will have to clarify that.
Yeah.
I was talking to Matt the night it happened while he was still kind of shaken up about it.
I got on. This is not to somebody right after we got on the streetcar.
This is not made up bullshit. This is actually real. This actually did happen. Yeah. Okay, so I finally figured out one. Okay. You guys probably know what this is already.
What have you got for us, Mark?
Yeah, bring it on.
As you guys know, I'm a gourmet.
Yes.
Gourmand.
Whatever. And I like to venture out of my tastes. I've told these guys what I've tried already and what I haven't and what I'm willing to try.
Food-wise.
Food-wise, yes. Let's clarify. Food-wise.
Yes. So I've tried many different meats and delicacies.
Yes, delicacies is a good word.
I have tried Rocky Mountain oysters. Google it. I have tried alligator. You don't need to Google that.
But Mark, how could oysters live in the mountains?
Oh, Harv, you have little innocence.
To the Google.
I have also had. Oh, I did bring a drink back from the Dominican. Harvey remembers this quite fondly.
Oh yes.
Where no one else wanted to try it with me.
What was the drink?
It goes by the name of Mama Juana.
Oh yeah. Do you still have any of that left?
Actually, I can make more. It's a reusable bottle.
Oh, you know how to make it.
Yes.
Good. I'm gonna want to try that.
Harvey was dead scared of what would happen to him when he tried it.
And then everything turned out better than expected.
I've also had gooey duck, which is not really. It's basically an oyster, but looks weird.
Okay.
But yeah, I've tried a lot of things. On my list actually is which is Harvey kind of is kind of looking me down on because he is an animal lover, in a sense.
Try me.
The guinea pig, the cuy.
You reacted badly to that when you heard it, Harvey.
I did, yes. I'm not so against at this point, especially because I've had a little bit of sensitivity adjusting. Part of in my schooling, one of my classes, we had to cook rabbit, and so we had to
bunnies.
We had to butcher the rabbit, and I did have to take this course twice, so I did butcher 2 bunnies. And my cousin's wife This is bad timing. She had a bunny she named Anya from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, who was a vengeance demon who, funnily enough, was terrified of bunnies. So it was an awesome rabbit. I did not talk to her about this because she might be very upset, but I did reasonably well in the lab.
Well, either way, I've tried a lot of things, and we'll try different other things. I've got a lot on my list still before I die, but that's it. We'll take a break for now. Pretty sure you guys are all disgusted on the other side.
Right back with more of this, whatever it is.